What is this?
What in the... That's a Teenage Mutant...
Hey guys, welcome back to 3rd Street. I'm Tom.
Malaga.
Shane.
We're back. TMNT, the 2003 version. Season
2, episode 1 now. Yeah, it ended that way. So all the kids who were watching, they had to wait, like, I don't know, it probably wasn't a year, but it was a long time.
Not us.
Not us, no. So we found out that the Guardians were Krang or Utroms or Utron. Yeah, Utroms or whatever they call them in this version. They seem to be kind of benevolent, I think.
We got to see their squeaky clean decontamination process.
Yeah, I need one of those for...
Your weight.
Yeah, just my weight. I go in there and I'm like, they take up all the fat and waste. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I look like that fucking screensaver I have.
10 years younger?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, if you watch me and Tom's 2012 reactions, and one thing that's pretty consistent is I don't like, and I don't think we together like, disgusting shit. Biological, slimy, people getting transformed into monsters. Drives me crazy.
Yeah, like that, what's his name, Timmy? The kid that I don't think they
turned
ever
into
actually
No, they never resolved.
fixed.
Yeah, Donatello's like, I promise I'm gonna cure you one day.
I don't think they ever did.
Yeah, they never resolved this story. I think he turned into Muckman or whatever he's called. Ugh.
It was just stuck like that
It
forever.
could be maybe later. I mean, just like they said, they're gonna get the people out of the city underground. The city underground with
Oh yeah, you're talking about this show.
the monsters. Yeah.
Yeah, the guys that live in the underground ancient city.
Yeah, they have,
Yeah,
That's cool. But they here with the Native Americans right here. I'm just curious. You know what I mean?
I forgot about that.
I love that shit. Ancient civilizations and secret societies, and it's always so cool. It's always like.
Did you like Anthony Bourdain's Destinations Unknown?
So I've watched the Filipino one, and that's the only one I've watched. So
Would you rather know the secrets to the world, like everything that's ever happened, how the pyramids are built, God's, like, if God's real, all that, or lightsaber and the Force?
and what can I do with the Force?
Anything you want. You have a...
So I can do anything I want.
Yeah. Well, actually,
You're asking if I could do anything I want, or because I would just mind control all the people in power, just so I can, at least if they're aliens and ancient technology and ancient history shit.
nope, you can't do that.
Like the people who are at Göbekli Tepe, the Turkish government over there, where they're basically make it so no one can excavate it for like 30 years or some shit because they want to preserve it, but they're planting all these trees around where they haven't excavated yet. It's going to ruin everything. And it's like, why? Yeah, it's like, why are they doing it? Why are they trying to cover up? I mean, I don't know. To me, I think it's a Middle Eastern country that they are of a certain religion. And I think maybe the secrets to Göbekli Tepe is inconvenient maybe for the narrative of the things they want. That's the only thing I can think of. So, yeah, I'd rather do that then. Because I could find out probably at least 25% of the answers I want.
You can't do that then.
Well,
You can't have one without the other.
well, yeah, I just tricked your ass. Now you're trying to change it. I'd rather have... If I could be able to mind trick people, yeah, I can get rich and famous. I'm okay not knowing everything if I can use the Force to get anything and everything I want. Even if it's not knowledge. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, good question. Anyways, they found Splinter, but it looks like they've been taken away. They've been demolecularly atomized. I don't think they're going to turn into something.
Well, they got to come back in some form of something.
Yeah, it reminds me of Star Trek, kind of. Like, they just got beamed away. So, I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. Maybe they're just dead.
Yeah, maybe they're dead.
Maybe that's just how the show ended.
Yeah. I got 6 seasons that some pirate broke into my house and put on my computer. And yeah. Okay. Anyways, guys, before we jump in, if you want to support us, click on the link below to take you to our Patreon to see early access in full length. It's worth it. All right, guys, let's jump in. Guys, thanks for coming to our Patreon to watch Season 2, Episode 1 of Ninja Turtles, the 2003 version. We're going to jump in, and if you're here to watch the full length, thank you. We're going to jump in 3, 2, 1.
Things happen. Some you can handle.
And he
cut
off
his head off.
I don't think any of us were prepared for how much weirder life was about.
Oh. His arms are so big that she was hugging them.
Oh, gosh.
They send them away. Somewhere, yeah?
This went from 0 to 10 really fast.
Yeah, it's weird because the show's kind of a dark tone where it doesn't feel like they would go to space. The 3rd Street House, Tom. Turtles in space, the Fugitoid.
Ooh, in space, here we go.
Like Power Rangers in space.
Fugitoid. Oh, the Fugitoid. Remember? Yeah. Dr. Honeycutt.
It's a robot.
Bravo team to base. We've got that Fugitoid cornered in Sector 4.
Roger. Bag him and tag him, Bravo. General Blank wants it in one piece.
That is wild.
That was
Could they even breathe?
Take cover!
It was instantaneous probably for them.
Yeah, but I'm saying different world, different oxygen
I
level.
feel like I've been turned inside out and back again. What happened? That light. The strange lab. Where'd they go? You mean, where'd we go? The natives don't look too friendly. I think our best defense might be
Run.
serious butt-kicking ninja action.
Fire at will!
How do you fight the people that? Okay.
Ooh. Oh, that was a good move. That's like an old-fashioned cartoon move.
They stepped up season 2.
Yeah, the animation and the fighting is a little more crisp here. Look at this shit.
What the? What the?
All right, boys, we gotta spend 25% of the budget on episode 1.
Bravo to base!
Those fellows are making short work of these troops. One benefit of this robotic body is its sheer strength. I can't just run out on those little guys. They've been ever so helpful.
That's decent of you, Fugitoid.
Decent.
Well, guys, fight or flight?
I vote fight.
You always vote fight.
Terrapin beings? Yes, you. This way, quickly.
Ready?
How in God's green earth did they not hit?
Just turtles, man.
There's 8 guns, at least.
Hurry, hurry.
How close are these guys
Federation
then?
troops won't give up the chase so easily.
So the world is not dissimilar from ours.
Another dead end. Here comes the unwelcome wagon. Quick, into that truck.
The freaking
Oh, I hate heights.
thing
How do
from
you feel about
Coruscant.
laser guns?
You and me both, Fugitoid.
I don't like this.
We lost the Fugitoid.
You what? Search the entire sector. Find that Fugitoid!
You what?
So, they're humans.
Something tells me this ain't Manhattan.
It's Tatooine.
It's Coruscant.
It's
Oh, that's some Star Wars stuff.
Dagobah.
Where are we?
Calm down, son. You're on the planet Dahunib in the City-Yom system. Federation territory.
A different
This is Star Wars
galaxy?
stuff.
We have to help Master Splinter. We'll find a way, Leo. We don't even know how we got zapped here in the first place.
That's what's happening right now in another universe.
We've got company!
What are these?
That's a freaking Jawa. It's a freaking Jawa.
How come bad guys always
That's a separatist thing.
That thing doesn't scream tank to me, does it?
Well, it's probably just a big vehicle with a.
Floating.
Kind of like
Separatist.
just like the Separatist tank float.
Yeah, well, this is Star Wars.
But it's not big enough. It's not like.
You're surrounded. Come out with your appendages where we can see them.
Appendages.
Fan
Above
out.
you.
Search the street.
Above you.
Oh, another sewer.
Check out these fancy sewers. Clean enough to eat off of.
No.
If only we had
I was gonna say,
No.
One thing that's great is like
what is this?
What in the? It's a freaking. It's a teenage mutant. What? It's a teenage mutant ninja freaking rats.
yeah.
Sorrow World. What is your story?
I am Professor Honeycutt, or at least I used to be. I was the most brilliant scientist on Dahunib.
This
I had
he's
just
just bald
completed
dude.
my mental wave helmet, a device for boosting mind powers, when I was rudely interrupted by General Blank. He thinks he can call anytime he wants. Wanted me to build my teleportal device. A device capable of transporting beings from planet to planet. He wanted to use it as a weapon for death and destruction. I could never build it for him.
Poor Honeycutt.
It was then that I received a distress call from my worker robot. He had become entangled in some wires. An electrical storm was brewing,
Where this is going.
and the lightning must have triggered my Manta Wave helmet. My body was destroyed, but my mind was transferred.
What a lucky guy.
Yeah, lucky. Let me tell you.
You can never do anything again. Never.
I know. It just think of the idea of losing humanity, of your consciousness being transported to something else.
Robots have no rights. The general could do anything he liked with me now. He sent his men after me, but with the help of some large hermit crab-like creatures, I was able to elude blank so
Yeah, those things would
That is
absolutely
disgusting.
The professor's teleportal, right? Right. If the professor here can build his teleportal, then we could use it to go home. These sewers on your planet are nice, but they don't have that same sewer fresh stank our sewers have. How do they keep these sewers so clean? With that?
What is that? What is that?
That, Jesus, that's horrible.
Fugitoid wasn't gonna warn them about that. And by the way,
He
guys,
doesn't know anything about waste management on this planet. You know?
looks like something off Super Bomberman.
It's time to rage against the machine. If you guys can
Oh,
slow it.
nice.
Power bow staffs, baby, just like Donatello.
Yeah.
And Donatello's gonna shut it off.
I mean, the animation is so good and fluid. It's
Probably only gonna get better too, animation-wise.
There's something disturbing about that.
yeah, he looks disgusting.
Why does it have to have all those teeth?
You tell me it doesn't have like a failsafe if you run into organics. You know what I mean?
With all the Federation technology at our disposal, we can't find one blasted Fugitoid.
General Blank, there's a disturbance in the sewers.
Disturbance in this.
Disturbance?
Destroy the 4 Terrapin creatures, but the Fugitoid must be unarmed.
How many guys they have working per shift?
What is
I mean,
so
it's
important about
military
this
state,
teleportal
so-
device? It's useful transportation, but
It holds the key to the balance of power in our galaxy, if not the universe. It could be used to secretly transport our newest nuclear fusion bombs into the center of unsuspecting enemy cities. Even to the center of an enemy planet.
but our enemies. If they knew about this technology, they'd stop at nothing to get it.
Exactly. The Fugitoid must be captured.
Really putting an emphasis on his eyes.
I know.
This is Star Wars.
Anytime you see an alien, you're like, this is Star Wars.
We're gonna need some transportation.
Back in 2.
I'll keep an eye on him. Now to find something to eat.
So Jala's there.
Do you remember in the outer space arc, they go to like this Tatooine-like town? Remember there was like they had incomplete animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks way better. Like they're in a marketplace, like a Tatooine type marketplace.
I think he made it a point to even like go back.
And rewind it, yeah. Potato chip, yeah. And we have one of the turtles here stealing again. This is like
Hi, guys.
Jar Jar Banks
Bye,
in
guys.
episode 1.
Stupid Ninja Turtle.
That cost 7 whoopie yoopies.
Yeah. Jar Jar Little.
Sometimes I hate being me. If I'm going down, at least I'm going down fighting.
All right, Casey.
Yeah. Yeah, Casey Jones. I've killed her ass. How do you get in there and start messing around with this alien technology?
What if it was like, you know, the
Nothing
controller
like
setting where
riding in style.
left is right, right is left?
Couldn't you have boosted something a little less?
Inverse?
Inverted.
What if this was inverted? Because it's alien, you kill Mikey.
You
There'd be an intuitiveness to it.
I play inverted y-axis.
That is just disgusting. Like,
fucking
that's insane.
Stupid
That's
fucking
insane.
shit, Tom. Fucking pervert.
It's insane.
One of the perks of this robot
Oh,
body
he's plugging in like R2D2.
I can't. Okay, the splicer. It's
Hey, that's Star Wars.
it's ours. Yeah,
That is like Star Wars. What do they call it in KOTOR?
Turtle is never a chicken.
It's a splicer. It's like a splicer. I thought they called it something different in KOTOR.
There's one more up ahead.
Fire!
Move it!
Imbeciles! I thought I gave the order that the Fugitoid should not be harmed!
They're not here, sir. They must have evacuated the vehicle before it exploded.
Find them.
Just hide him back there.
Deploy all units. Destroy anyone or anything that gets in the way. Hunt down that Fugitoid.
Maybe she's part of the resistance.
You have the information.
Triceraton.
If you have the grease,
Look in the box.
naughty and pleasure gems, enough for a lifetime.
First things first. My superior
Yeah, you're right.
interested in the teleportal. Tell me everything you know about this Fugitoid. Everything.
So that's interesting to me because it seems like now we've gone from, I don't want to say nothing, but it's like all of a sudden all these things that we know from the other show are just starting to pile on, like quickly.
Yeah, it's happening a little quicker in terms of pacing.
Like, how many seasons are in this show total?
A lot, like 5 or 6 or 7 or something. And there's like a movie too at the end. And I actually have seen a little bit of it because it has nothing to do with, like, as far as I know, it has nothing to do with the show. It just takes the characters from this show and it puts them into something else. That's all I'm going to say.
So I have a quick story about
Tell me.
the inverted.
All right, what kind of story could you possibly have, Tom?
When I was younger, my uncle had just started dating some girl. He was trying to impress her.
Yeah.
And we had a thing where I forget what night it was, he'd come over and me, him, and my cousin would just like play video games or whatever. Well, he brings this girl this one time, and beforehand, I said to my cousin, I was like, dude, we're going to mess with him, because he hated inverted controls. So he was trying to impress her, and I don't remember what game it was. It was a long time ago.
Like a shooter?
Yeah, it was a first-person shooter of some sort. I would imagine it was probably like back in like the Perfect Dark or 007 era.
Yeah.
N64, right? So I would imagine, but I can't remember. And so he's wanting to impress this girl. And he's like, I'll be right back. I'm going to go get a drink. And he wasn't very good at like technology or anything, so I went into the settings before we started, and I switched his stuff over to inverted.
Yeah.
And when we started playing, he walked around for a minute, and then he's like, What is wrong with this thing? I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
He's like, something's wrong with my controller. I'm like, that's what you're gonna go with. Something's wrong with my controller story on. He's like, no, seriously, down is up is down. I can't do this. I was like, I guess you're just not very good at this game. He stood up and just went berserk in front of this girl. She's
like,
laughing at him.
Yeah.
They eventually broke up.
Oh my god.
And for a year, he theorized that I had intentionally done it just to get them to break up.
So if he's still alive and he's watching this,
He's alive, but he ain't watching this.
because he's in jail, we're trying to kill this girl. I'm just kidding.
But he was a grown man at that time, and he was so angry because he's like, what is wrong with this controller? I mean, he's trying to look up, and you know how it is. If you're not, it's just like going the exact opposite.
Well, I know how it is. I get it. You live your life that way. You operate within this paradigm that is a complete clusterfuck of anything sensible and patriotic.
And
How you call yourself a police fan?
He just went berserk.
Yeah. Well, I know what it's like when I grab a controller and some dumbass has it inverted. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Down is up is down. It doesn't make sense. Oh, it drives me crazy.
what I really hate is when I'm trying to teach people to play video games, like your mom or other chicks I've hung out with, and then we're playing, and I realize that their brain, like they don't have like a setting yet. But I can tell when they're inclined to feel more comfortable with like inverted y-axis.
Break up with them.
And it's like, oh no, we're not going to be obedient to this inclination. We're going to do what Coach Burke did and force his son to bat left-handed. You know what I mean? Instead of bat right-handed, because you get the first base faster. You know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So and it's just like, I can't figure out. I just don't know. You know what I mean? I can just tell. I'm like watching them. Nah, they're inverse, so they're out. You know what I mean? They're out. Their family's out. Their brother's out.
So you could actually tell the way that they were favoring the game.
Well, it's just like your mom. This is recent with her, and like we worked at Doughboys. We'd hang out with people and we'd play games. And I remember watching people like who haven't played before, and you can just tell that was a hang-up, especially if they're playing a shooter, or because if they're especially if they're using the right joystick for the first time to look around, and I can tell they're having trouble, and it's like, oh fuck. Oh God, no, not you.
No, would you ever do that? Switch it to inverted and they'd be fine?
Actually, funny enough, I mean, when I was younger playing at my cousin's house, we did that to each other. But it was only, I think my cousin Josh liked inverted. So if we're taking turns, like we got to go to the damn menu every time. So every time you're with people, you have to go to the menu and switch it out. Like, how do you keep a group of friends?
How do you do that? How do you do that? Like, when you look up, it's up. You point it up to look up. So why when you point up to look down?
I'm so far gone. I don't even remember how it first started.
You poor soul.
Well, it's like, I get it. Like, when you're looking down, it's like you're doing that. Like, this is going up. You're tilting this up to look down, right? I get that kind of, like, when I play Star Fox, when I've gone back to Star Fox 64,
it's different when
I'm really screwed up. Because, like, I can almost play it both ways. And because I haven't played a game like that, where up is down, down is up for so long, it's messed me up. It really does mess me up when I play that game now. Because I have it for my 3DS. I go back to it. And I'm not good at the game because my brain is trying to switch between the settings.
Right.
You go to rehab.
When you were younger, there were games that just had it inverted. And you couldn't change it. Like, that's just how it was.
That's terrible.
But when you're younger, I don't think you're so rigid in your preference. So we could rent games, like me and Gus, and we'd play them. It just took a few turns to get used to it. And now I can't. Like you said, you're so far gone. You're so lost to the dark side, and
I don't remember
it's
how it
affected
first
your personal
started.
life, affected your first marriage, and now look at you.
It was probably, I was young and was probably just experimenting.
Yeah, experimenting.
And I got hooked.
You got hooked, and now you're a crackhead. You're a fucking inverse crackhead. That's what you are. In this, we have a new world. Now, we do, like you said, we do have the Fugitoid. It's weird because we were in the 2012 show for 2 or 3 seasons before we left.
Yeah.
No, we were like in 2 seasons. At the end of the second season, we go to the farmhouse. And then the farmhouse starts showing us like, oh, April's mom is a Utrom, or she's a Krang. And then we go back to New York, and then...
I might be wrong, and I might not be remembering, but I thought we didn't see the Triceratons until later.
It's after we went to space, which is after... Dude, it's after like New York gets destroyed, and then Honeycutt comes, I think, and, hey, come on, let's go, and he picks you up, right? In this, like, you gotta remember, like, they probably... The people who made that show, like, watched this...
Right.
And then they grew up and said, all right, we're going to expand on it. Now, one thing I'll say about this is it's definitely a darker show. Like, it's simpler in a way where it feels like, oh, this is, if you watch this in the early 2000s, it's way more sophisticated than anything I watched when I was younger in like the 90s. It's darker. It's not trying to be this goofy, funny thing. It is trying to have like a semi-serious story. It just moves at a different pace. It's also drawn well better. Much better. You know what I mean? Like we said it during the reaction, my huge complaint was when I was watching the 2012 show was when they landed at the spaceport.
You're going to bring that up for the rest of your life.
Yeah, dude. It's a cop-out. Like, they had 1 or 2 aliens that they draw, and when you're not paying attention, now if you're paying attention, you have the Ninja Turtles walking on what would be a pre-rendered background, like in a PlayStation 1 video game, where the background's static. It's like a drawing, and they're walking on it. And then you have aliens in the background, and they're still, except like their eyes are going this. And you do enough of that, enough movement, then it distracts kids. But I was watching, nope, fucking bullshit. And this was drawn well, was detailed. I like the colors better instead of just fucking green and purple and silver and purple and just fucking green. That's all the 2012 show was, these fucking colors. Annoyed me. This show it uses a unique color palette for even human characters, like Casey's friend, the chick with the blue hair, who's like,
yeah,
she's like in the Purple Dragon gang. Like, they use different colors. Just it's an art style. I don't particularly like that. I like everything else about it.
Yeah.
I mean, when the show is semi-serious, as an adult, I want to ask serious questions. As a kid, you might not. But I'm wondering, why are there humans? Like, why is it like Star Wars or Star Trek? Why do we get transported to another galaxy and there are humans, Homo sapiens walking around speaking English? I mean, I can forgive the English, but, why are there Homo sapiens?
Well, and, with them being part of the Federation, it makes me wonder, there's these other alien species that are walking around here, and there's these creatures, like it even saw, like these giant crabs, hermit crabs.
Disgusting.
You feel like humans, even if they are associated with the Federation, would be kind of like at the bottom of the food chain, right? Like, surely these other alien species have.
Well, you have that in everything that you have that in Mass Effect, you have it in Star Wars, you have it in Star Trek. Humans are always a dominant race, and it's because, I don't know, to me, it represents the people who are getting educated in some of these Marxist schools. They believe the human race is a plague and that democracy is a plague and that humanity, when it spreads to the stars, we take our plague with us and we become a domineering, greedy, dominant race. And
isn't Rex such a great character on Mass Effect?
Rex is incredible.
Shepard.
He's great, and Randall Lawson's incredible too. Garrus is so freaking sweet.
The blue girl.
Liara. Yeah, Liara Tassoni. Yeah.
Remember Mass Effect 3?
It's like,
Yeah.
Mass Effect 3, she was my love interest.
That's like, what about Mass Effect 1 and 2?
Miranda.
You just jumping around from all these bitches?
Yeah.
Wow, Jesus, you can die alone, boy. Die alone like you're... No, never mind. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. So Dr. Honeycutt, we know him because of the 2012 show. I actually was reading the IDW comic, which to me is actually one of the best stories of Ninja Turtles, absolutely for sure. Great art style. It's just, I kind of prefer this medium as opposed to comics, but it works really well. But yeah, he's a scientist who the government agency, the Federation in this case, wants to use the technology of the teleporter to, spread their empire.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
Star
crazy.
Wars.
Well, I mean, that's everyone. Every government in the world wants an advantage over every other government in the world. It's just how it is.
well, that's kind of what we see here. It seems like now everybody's kind of climbing over each other trying to get a hold of this technology.
Yeah, including the Triceratons. So the chick that was working with General Flake or whatever his name is,
Blank.
he's like a typical like that movie with Small Soldiers when we were younger with the action figures. Tommy Lee Jones.
Small Soldiers, dude. Yes.
Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones plays like, "Hey, soldier," kind of like he's that type of character. And yeah, he just wants the advantage. I wouldn't say he's evil, but he represents like what like in fiction you have like these insane military leaders that just want to keep expanding and growing in their power, right?
Yeah.
We all had the little Easter egg with the master turtle with the 4 rats.
Yeah, I was like...
Yeah, I was confused for a second.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like a funny little Easter egg. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I got. I like it. It's moving at a pace that I feel like I think is a little fast because of what I experienced before, but for the most part, I've been pleased with all the other things.
Did they say Cowabunga? The rats say Cowabunga.
Did he? Oh,
yeah, they did.
Yeah, I don't know why I put a subtitle. Did we not hear it? Go back. I want to hear it.
No, there's no subtitles.
It said Cowabunga and white words.
It's because it's probably an alien language.
So, you know what? I think he's right.
My question.
Oh,
Yeah, it was alien language.
Yeah, some type of alien language.
they all have the same color masks.
Yeah, they all have purple instead of them all having red. So
Yeah, I tell them. Color glitch again.
Yeah, I guess he had everything to do with that. Anyways, I thought, like I said, I thought it was good. I mean, I want to see things get fleshed out more and take their time.
That's moving quick.
It's moving a little quick for me, but I know there's a lot of people love the show, and I really like it so far.
Mm-hmm.
But we already left Earth, and Shredder already got his head cut off, and I'm just wondering what the hell is going on. And there's no way they're gonna kill the biggest villain to the Turtles already.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gone.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on. So that's what I'm curious about. There's a lot of people in the comments, and I don't really read them anymore because I saw a couple spoilers. I was like, I can't read this. But my editor reads them and tells me the ones that are pertinent, and they're like, hey, it gets better. Like season 3 and 4, people are saying some of the best Turtles out of anything. So, but yeah, I'm enjoying the ride though so far. Guys, are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Woo!